Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Thursday night, another Thursday night Space 8 stream. Yay!
Yay!
I love the enthusiasm. Anyways, as you can see, well, you already know Andrew. Say hi, Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
Yeah, okay. Tony's back. Tony's back joining us again, whom you all know and love. And we have Vicky and Martin from the art team joining us as well, because we're going to go over a new ancient. I'll give you a little sneak peek of a new ancient that happens to involve these two. So we're probably going to start with that, actually. And then, after that, we're going to show you another new ancient called Swiftwing. I don't know if you guys have seen the preview. This is just to let them know, to help them out. Called Swiftwing. We've got a preview video out as well, so if you haven't seen that, take a look. I'll pop the, whatchamacallit?
Link.
It's the one. I'll pop the link in the chat. You guys can check that out, but we will play a little bit with Swiftwing as well. And then we also have a weekend event coming up, which Andrew and Tony are going to chat to you about. Some new ascension materials and a new ancient trial. Did I miss anything?
Sounds about right.
Cool. We are currently in the kitchen area.
Adam, shut up!
Okay. So if you hear any, I need her on more often. If you hear any,
Noise.
Scooters.
surround sounds, scooters,
Drills.
yeah,
These are just normal noises around the office.
exactly. But yeah. Anyways, something else I forgot to do was this. Okay. Well, yeah. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Let's kick into
The Ancient.
the ancient. So, for you guys who don't know Vicky, who are you,
You
Vicky?
guys should have seen me already.
Yeah, you
I've
should
been
know
on it
Vicky by now.
twice.
She's like a legend.
But what if they're new?
Well, I don't like newbies.
This is true. She was really mean to me when I started.
Yeah.
She's still mean to
You're
me.
so new. I don't recognize you.
But yeah, so Vicky is the lead artist here at Space Ape. And Vicky loves to dress up.
Yes.
So there's been numerous occasions where we in the office like to dress up. Different themes. We go pretty all out for Halloween, or even for like random days we'll have dress up and things.
Usually because she tells us we have to wear
It's
something.
true, it's usually coming from her actually.
And tomorrow we're doing double denim. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tomorrow's Double Denim Day. Oh my God, we'll show you guys pictures next week of Double Denim Day, and that's because
Some
What?
guy is leaving.
yeah, one of our
Yeah,
favorites.
see,
is
he didn't
leaving.
know either. He didn't know either. It's not just me.
So everybody else knew, but these two have been out of the loop about Double Denim.
Yeah, we're
Day.
just actually doing work.
Oh. Okay, well this is about your coworker. It's in honor of him, so maybe you should actually pay attention.
So this means we wear denim top and bottom?
Correct.
Yes.
I do not own a denim top.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know, guys. Hit up Primark before you come to work or something.
I'll wear 2 layers of denim pants. I'll do that.
Okay.
Alright.
Moving on from there. So yeah, like I said,
Denim.
Vicky just loves to dress up, as you can see in
I know what's
this
coming.
video. This picture, where she's dressed as.
Kestra. I think it's
Kestra.
pretty obvious, right?
Yeah, it's a really good costume, actually. It's pretty badass. It's pretty
I'm
good.
looking at it. Move on.
What's that? Okay, so that's Vicky as Kestra. And then here, we've got Vicky as, like, Catwoman?
Yes.
Yeah.
But the Gotham version.
The Gotham version of Catwoman, which is also pretty cool. Here we've got some more people dressed up. This was Halloween.
This is how much people like cats in the office.
Yeah, there's a lot of cats. Well, except for the bloody Pinko.
Zombie cat, is it?
Oh yeah, she is a cat as well. I don't know exactly what she is. Yeah,
This is the group cat picture.
group cat picture. I like it. So as you can tell, we're really into cats here. And because we're really into cats, whoops. Yeah, maybe you want to talk about the new ancient coming out a little bit. Let me know when you want us to show
Okay. Well, actually,
show your concept art.
our main reason for Vicky, other than her dressing up,
Yeah.
to be the new ancient, boom, actually reveal, is because she is actually the longest standing artist on Arcade.
On Arcade. From the start, still working there. Unlike some new people.
It's not about how long you've been on the game, it's about how much impact you've had. So
Yeah, and I did like most of the art and stuff.
Yeah.
What have you done? What did you put into the
What
game?
have you
What
done?
can we actually see? Where's your input?
so much. So much hate. So Martin.
As you can tell, we all love each other very much.
Remember, wash over. Okay.
So I'm gonna show the first
Yeah.
the first one
Thank you.
here. Oh shoot! Sorry, not that one.
Hello.
1 second. It's really hard to work this without a mouse. Bam.
Okay, so how I start painting ancient is I will do a load of reference, get a load of reference images. I will start doing a load of thumbnail poses, and this is one of them thumbnail poses. It's really rough, doesn't look great. It's quite scribbly. Just getting the pose down. Not worrying about details at all. Because at this stage, it's all about silhouette, the mood of the character, everything like that. So if you can move on to the next slide,
I can do that for
you will see. This is at this point I will be getting loads of pictures of Vicky on my screen,
Which
for
is
reference, which is really awkward because at that point we were sitting next to each other.
Yeah.
But I used to actually wait until she went off and then started doing the face. Because it was,
I have to deliberately pretend I'm not looking at him so he can work on me.
it's super awkward. Like, I was trying really hard not to just go like this and just stare at her face.
Hey Martin, why do you have my pictures on your monitor?
So yeah, it was
It's not creepy at all.
no, not too much.
No.
So yeah, that's when I started detailing the image. Let's go to the next one. I think it's some further detail, getting the light source down, got some rim lighting. Most ancients I tend to put a rim light just because it helps push them forward from the background. And then you go to the next one. Colour.
Yeah. Dope.
And she's a deaf ancient, obviously.
Obviously, because
No,
that's
no, I
what.
didn't mean that.
Because everything around her
He just
withers
wants
and
me
dies.
to die.
I mean, because the background's a deaf ancient background.
So yeah, there you go. That is Vicky.
I think it's also because of my personality that the ancient kind of just wrote itself. I mean, we were just like talking between the developers, and it's like, oh, what if Vicky get an ancient, and she can have this vicious ability and like backstabbing.
Because we haven't discussed why it's a cat theme, because that's the thing, she's very cat themed.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
And then
she
discuss
sure
that.
is.
Like, I don't know why people think I like cats, but yeah, they just assume that I'm a cat person.
I don't get it.
I have no idea
Yeah,
why.
where's that coming from? I have no idea. They're just pulling it out of thin air.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
But I do have a cat, so they're right.
That
in a
must
way.
be it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, that is the new ancient, which right now is called Vicky. But
I need a name.
yeah,
I'm really gonna push for Icky V now.
Icky
I like
Icky
Icky
V.
V.
That sounds like a pop group,
It just sounds babyish.
or like Licky, Licky Lee, Licky Lie, Icky V. It's very close.
It's way more powerful.
Something more powerful.
Powerful.
That really showcased my ability to kill people.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so that is Vicky. Maybe you also want to see what she actually looks like in game. So we'll show you that now. Da-da-da. Yeah, so there's Vicky in all her glory in game. As you can see, her backstory is not quite finished yet, and yeah, the name is still Vicky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we should log in and fix that name right now.
And change it?
Yeah.
Is that how easy it is?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's okay. Because then people can like just take Vicky to the battle.
Oh, I lost with Vicky again.
Oh,
Try
no.
a better
Surely
ancient.
you win. I always win.
Rough.
Right.
Anyways, yeah. So that is the Vicky. Vicky Ancient. Next week, we are going to do a little preview video of the Vicky Ancient and what she can do on the battlefield. Yeah. And Vicky's going to join me as well, so look out for that one.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I am.
She is.
Okay.
I've already forced her.
Do we have any questions?
Yeah, let's open it up to you guys.
Not so easy,
Did someone
guys.
say HR? How do they know?
How do they know?
Oh.
But yeah, while the art team is here, do you guys have some questions for them? Because they are going to need to dip out soon, or at least I know Vicky does. I think Martin has to as well. So
Do
if
you
you
have
guys,
a life, Martin?
I'm always just doing ancients, I think.
we basically have him chained to his desk, and he's just like,
We want ancients, they're like us, they're constantly saying, we want ancients like us.
It's pretty true.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
once
true.
you hit like Control S, oh, I'm finally. No, 3 more requests.
Control S, are you showing off?
Everyone knows the hotkey for saving.
I
It's the
wasn't
same
sure
in all
that
the
you-
programs. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, like I said, if you guys have some questions for these guys, now is the time because you won't get a chance to ask them later. So we'll take your other questions later once we get into like the event stuff and the new feature stuff. But for now, questions for these two because they have to leave. So yeah. I'm just gonna go through. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, what question about the ice tower? That not related.
No.
But we
Vicky's
will.
a death ancient. She would be a death tower.
That's true. Yeah, also be a death tower. Okay. Batsui83RK. I'm pretty sure I butcher your name every single week. If you want to like type it in a chat, like this is how I say it phonetically, then I will.
What?
I'd love that. And they're asking an approximation on new ancients being developed now. So I guess you're asking when the ones you're seeing are going to come out, I assume?
Or which how many we're working on?
Or how
long
many
they
we're
take?
working on. We can answer both.
Maybe.
Or at least give you an idea of both. Hey, Tony, do you want to tell them sort of the timeline for some of the new ancients?
I think, roughly, internally, we're on a different cycle than some of the stuff you see. It takes a bit of time to both design them, concept them, and actually design all the spells. So we are working a couple months ahead of what you guys see at the moment. But in terms of roughly cadence, we're usually looking at 1 or 2 a month. So that's roughly what's been in the past and what we plan to stick to for the near future.
Yeah.
Nice. Super Resiman is asking if you have a boyfriend, Vicky.
What? I should have to answer that. Yes.
Don't tell me.
Turns out she does.
Yes.
She does.
Because he can withstand my viciousness.
He must be very tough.
Exactly. Tough dude. DJ Tiesto Mix, how are you all? How are we all?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Sleepy.
Yeah. How are you, DJ? That's what we want to know. Aerospace 23 is asking, how long from first concept until it's ready for the game?
About 3 days, pretty much.
What?
Oh, ready for the game? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 days.
Wow. Okay. Martin works fast.
Wait.
What, from concept to...
No, just you maybe 3
Yeah.
days.
Oh,
and
no,
then
not for the
somebody
rest of the
got
guys,
the
yeah.
VFX, somebody
Yeah,
got to do
no,
the
but,
story.
no, but they mean game ready as in, like what, my side of things, yeah, 3 days. And then it gets handed to Carl, who's been on it before, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
He
Carl
does
VFX.
VFX for the Ancients. And also it gets handed to other people who, you've done some, like for
Oh
marketing
yeah, the
images.
bundles, the chairs,
Yeah.
event, image,
Mm-hmm.
news feeds. There's a lot of things that comes with an ancient.
Yes, this is true. So yeah, Martin 3 days, and then everything else longer.
Yeah. Then we have to get the backstory written. Alex has to design the skills.
Exactly.
Then we have to rename it 2 or 4 different times.
Yeah, it's all part of the glorious ancient story. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, all in all, how long it takes to actually get an ancient, like from conceptualization out the door to the game.
Some
to
longer
you
than
guys.
others, but probably about 3 weeks.
Yeah, maybe.
Staggered. So we start like multiple ancients and then stagger them so that like Martin can keep drawing while we're working on another part of it.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Alrighty.
We have
Cool.
2 questions about your favorite ancient Andrew. Zemo, when is he coming?
He's coming when he's coming. Thanks for that. Zemo's not quite ready from our point of view, from Live Out's point of view. So, not yet. Soon, hopefully.
Soon for Zemo. Stay tuned for him as well. Maybe we'll do a little preview on him as well, depending.
One of the things about Zemo is we just want to make sure he's strong enough.
Okay.
So,
So yeah,
But
anytime.
not stronger than me, right?
most ancients are stronger than you. We nerfed yours on purpose. You know
No,
this, right?
you can't do that. How can you do that to one of us?
Actually, your second spell is really strong, so I know players are gonna what it could be.
Is the Vicky stronger than the J Ancient? That's the question.
Is
Oh.
Vicky stronger than the J Ancient?
That's a good question.
Well, the Vicky Ancient is easier to play.
Uh-huh.
It's very simple, you know,
Are you
like
saying
simple.
I'm easy?
Oh.
No, I'm saying you're simple.
Oh my god!
Does that mean that Jay is hot and cold because he's got the positive and negative? 'Cause- or he's
These
like,
are our coworkers. This is really like probably incredibly
Doesn't work for a
inappropriate.
dragon.
That's okay.
Actually, I'm not entirely sure. I imagine that Vicky's Ancient will actually be more powerful based on just reading the skills through.
Right.
Yeah.
Because like, yes, yes it will.
But the J Ancient's gonna be more fun.
Depending on who you ask. Anyways. There was another question, Tony, you said, yeah?
There was
so-
one unrelated to the ancients. We'll answer later about edit mode. Can we place our dragon using Vicky in the battlefield?
What?
I don't know.
Can we place our dragon using a Vicky?
I guess Vicky's just really popular. They want her
Yeah.
for a
Can Vicky
dragon,
play a dragon? They want her for
troops.
everything.
They want
Maybe
to-
we can have a flying cat instead. A flying black cat.
Like a flying squirrel and have a flying cat instead? Yes. Okay.
Have a Vicky statue in the game?
Ah, no, I don't want a statue.
That's a bit weird.
Yeah.
We should do it now for sure. If it makes her uncomfortable, I'm all for it.
Ugh.
Vicky statue.
Um,
You'll even have to model it yourself. Oh my gosh.
I don't want to do work to
Oh,
put
gosh.
myself in.
You could modify yourself.
Oh.
That'd be really fun for you.
Tanatos P3 is asking, favorite ancient in design, no skills.
No skill.
So I think they mean
Favorite
just like
ancient
from an
design.
aesthetic point of view.
Well, I think they're trying to get hints and clues at what's coming up, huh?
I thought they were just asking what is their favorite ancient now.
Oh, like from a design point of view, not
Yeah.
necessarily currently in design.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
So is that for all of us, or is it different?
Yeah.
I'd be most curious about Martin's.
Same.
See, like,
Well, these two anyways.
I'm really
The artist
critical
book.
of everything I do, so I really find it hard to look at my ancients and like look at them and say, oh yeah, I like this one or I like that one.
Yeah.
It's just difficult. In terms of ones I enjoyed painting, like I actually really enjoyed Father Frost. Because did all the furs and everything and the beard and stuff. That was a lot of fun. Like,
Got to use the cool brushes.
yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Vicky?
For me, I think you're gonna see it soon, but it's called Lianen.
Ah, yes.
She is extremely hot. It's my recent favorite work of Martin's.
Martin does all the
Seriously,
hot girls.
I just love watching Martin draw girls. Like he draws girls really, really good. Why are you laughing so much?
It sounds
'Cause you're
kind
here.
of,
Yeah,
I
it's
know
just-
it's not. But it sounds.
Oh god. Awesome. We also will see Leannon today.
Yeah.
Are we gonna sit there?
yeah,
Yeah. Cool.
we are. Kara Styles asking, where do you get your inspiration for the ancient artwork?
From the people I work with. Yeah, it's well. I mean, actually, Alex helps a lot because he gives me like a brief to begin with, and he'll put a few little images with the brief.
He says like a rough mood and tone for you to
Yeah.
follow.
And originally we did actually used to have the stories already completely written as well, so that helped a lot.
Yeah.
But once I get the brief, then I just start image searching for actors or models or anyone, not necessarily famous even, just face references. But obviously, having people next to me is easier because I can get the likeness straight down.
There is the likeness there for sure in that one.
Even though Vicky, actually one thing I will say, like Vicky mostly wears glasses, so it was actually quite hard finding photos of Vicky without her glasses on.
Hi.
And also because we have like a huge album of photos from the office. And Vicky is the one who takes most of the photos, so she's not in the photos.
I'm usually
This
the
is
one
true.
holding the camera
This is true.
to make sure I'm not on camera.
Yeah.
But
Smart.
it doesn't matter because I know Martin can just go with it and make me look prettier, so it's good.
I know. I still want my Martin rendering at some point.
What would you have? What would you have? What would your ancient be?
Oh, my ancient be? Well, I think
Well-
way back when it was going to be something that basically has to intertwine with Brander because they
Well,
have
you've
to end
gone
up
through a
together.
couple iterations. First, you were like Brander's wife.
Yeah,
Then you were the Valentine's ancient,
right.
which would mean we'd have to put you in like some cheesy getup with like a heart and bow arrow with wings, which would be weird. That would be weird to draw her.
okay
in.
with it.
There
was also one, I remember when George was on stream, he was saying I was going to be like some sort of ice ancient with like a cold heart and something. It was something similar to, the description of you, Vicky.
Guys are just so mean here.
They are.
Unfortunately, we need to work with them.
Ugh. I like having backup tonight. It's nice.
Got your back.
By the way, the Cat King, hi, how's it going? Always nice to see you.
he likes cats too.
Yeah.
Oh, who?
The Cat King.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Look, he's the king. What are you?
The
And
queen.
let's see, Morgana Di Fe, I was asking where can you send feedback? This goes for everybody. If you have feedback on events or features, etc., there is a spot in game where it says, contact, and there's a feedback button under those options that you can click and send in your feedback. And it does get read. Everything you guys send in, every single thing that you guys send in gets read and passed on. These guys, Tony and Andrew, are always reading your feedback. So even if you don't see it like implemented right away, it doesn't mean that they didn't see it or didn't value it. It's just maybe it takes some time to implement, or maybe it's not possible to implement.
Or Andrew is too busy slacking.
That must be it. That's really why.
Yeah, but no, we read everything that you guys send in, even if we can't necessarily take action on it all the time. We do always appreciate your feedback, 100%.
And send us art.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my
yeah.
gosh, we love seeing art.
We love getting art.
I think, because we did a fan art stream before, and I think we were probably going to do another one, by the way.
Face that.
So
Yeah.
we should just make the theme of this just be like, draw the people you see on stream, and just like,
Yeah, exactly. But no, we love doing the fan art streams. It's so much fun to see your guys' work. It's really incredible, and some of you are so talented or like hilarious to look at. It's really, really, really cool. So we're definitely gonna do another one of those coming up.
yeah.
Somebody's a robot like ancient.
What's that?
Somebody's a
Yeah,
robot
we
like
should do
ancient.
that. Draw Andrew as a robot ancient. Ancient related, Sawson is asking, since you're releasing so many ancients, do you plan on updating the leveling process for them so that the average player can actually get them to a competitive level in a reasonable amount of time, especially with your concepts of Relic Wars requiring the use of different ancients per attack? So, Relic War is something that we will talk about soon, not quite yet, but do you guys want to take the previous question? Or the previous part of that question?
So the easiest answer to that is if you're in Arena, you get a lot of Primus. So it shouldn't be too difficult to raise them up. But yeah, if you're just playing regularly, you do have to make a decision about what Ancients you want to use. And if you're playing at the high-end game competitively, so you're kind of an Elder player at the Stronghold 15, 16 range, then like most of us, you probably have so much Primus and you've been leveling up the whole time. So there's not really any plans to change that. We kind of like the way the system works. We're always looking at it and trying to keep it in mind, but there's no immediate plans to change the Primus leveling curves.
Okay. Cool. Let's take a look at the other new ancients.
Do we want to just
Bye.
say goodbye to Vicky and Martin? They're like really itching to
Yeah.
leave. You can tell they're
I
getting
know,
all like restless.
they had to like leave already.
I'm
but,
hungry.
but they
But we've kind of blocked them in a little bit. So it's just like,
true, like stay
Trapped.
forever.
let's just move forward and continue on, and they'll sit here all night.
Yeah, they won't be able to leave.
No.
But we'll definitely have the art team back on. Like I said, it's always awesome to have you guys on. So thank you for coming.
We'll be back.
Thank
right?
you.
Yeah.
Thanks
for
guys.
coming, guys.
Bye.
Sorry.
This is where they kick us in the head.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you're sitting on the iPad and you've unplugged it. So yeah, like we said, Vicky Ancient coming soon, and Vicky also mentioned Lianen. What we're gonna go to next. Lianen is. I can't remember what kind of ancient she is actually.
Nature.
Nature. Oh yeah, she was right there actually. So here is Lianen.
Did we figure out how to say her last name?
No, that's why I just say her first name.
Yeah,
because
but you said last stream you were gonna find out how to say her last name.
You're right.
This is what we have to deal with, you know.
Oh, I totally lied to you guys.
Have you ever had that coworker who always says they're gonna do things and never do it?
I don't even have like a good comeback because it's so mean. I'm fragile, you know.
Apparently, according to Google, it's pronounced just she. S-H-E-E. It's pronunciation.
She.
Yeah.
Ah.
Silent.
Leanna She.
Leanne and she.
I-N-D.
All right.
That's all it is.
I guess it's like Sinead O'Connor. It's like S-I-N-E-A-D. So S is.
That would make sense because she is Celtic ancient
Yeah.
Yep.
or Celtic inspired.
Exactly. So as Vicky was saying, yes, she is very pretty. She's a very attractive ancient, and she looks all nice and good and such. But really, apparently, she's got a touch of darkness, which actually all the ancients.
If you've ever
kinda
read
did.
any of the ancient
Yeah.
stories, you know there's like eating of skin and
Yeah.
killing of children.
Exactly.
So you just look at her and go, yeah, she's
Yeah.
probably the nastiest of the bunch.
Probably, yeah. But she looks very cool. I like this one.
Mm.
And we'll come back to her in just a second and maybe do like a battle with her. But let's go through Swiftwing because,
I've never fought with Leanna.
Just because.
That's not gonna go well.
yeah, we haven't. See, these are so new. Some of us haven't even used them yet. So, Swiftwing, bam. This is sort of the newest one coming out, like Tony said, in a couple weeks or something. Right?
We don't have a plan when she's coming out.
Yeah, we
still
don't have like a set day.
Yeah. So when the ancient come out, kind of fits the theme, the feel of what's going on, based on like the event cadence, based on updates and holidays and all kinds of stuff. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I particularly like Swiftwing because she's got like a badass metal wing, which is really, really cool. So speaking of artwork, I really, really like this one. Her story, actually, as far as ancients go, her backstory is like one of the least terrifying.
Where's the fun in that?
Yeah, she actually seems like what an ancient with a good heart, which seems rare in the Astara universe. So, the story of Swiftwing, basically, she's a harpy, as you can see, and usually harpies, people don't really like them. They steal stuff, and so usually they hang out on their own. But this one's sister decided, hey, let's form a colony and live in a woodland. And she's like, all right, fine.
Hippies.
Yeah.
Hippie harpies.
Hippie harpy clan. But they went closer and closer to town, and eventually they actually, got drugged by some of the people in the town, and she got left behind. I mean, that part is dark. And her wing got broken because it got pierced by an arrow. But she kind of sided with the good and eventually pushed her flock out and stuff because they were harassing the townspeople. Yeah, she's a good one. Anyways, let's take a look at her in battle.
All right, Deb's gonna do this battle.
Oh, okay. This is new. I'm excited.
So
All right.
be prepared to watch someone lose. We haven't seen you lose for a while. Like new viewers may not know that Deb is actually quite terrible. At
I'm
our
not
game.
that bad.
She's really bad.
And I'll have you know that one of the games that we're currently
Yeah, but it's not
working
this
on,
game.
I'm like top 3 on the leaderboard. So
Nobody's playing but her.
not true. Not true.
Good.
You can see over there my name is number 3. Yeah. Anyways, okay.
It
so,
must be official if it's written on the wall in chalk.
Yeah. That's how we roll around here. There's no like carving in stone. It's in chalk. You mean it. Right, okay, so I was gonna do a battle. You excited for this?
I'm very curious to see.
Okay. Maybe you want to keep an eye on chat because they might have questions.
Yeah, we're.
Alrighty.
She has all the ancients. She's a cheater.
What's that? By the way, this is obviously a dev environment. It's not a live environment. So if you guys see stuff, some of it could change, just so you know, etc. Sorry, I forgot who I was looking for. Why am I? Da, 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 da. Come on. Okay, here we go. So, Swiftwing spells. The first one is called Gust, and it's basically going to give your troops some extra speed.
Yes, and just to be clear, speed covers movement speed, so how quickly your troops progress and how quickly they attack.
Mm-hmm.
So Alex was basically like, why am I writing so much text? And we just simplified that.
Yes, and this is especially good for Primus mages, from what I recall.
Due to the execute threshold.
Exactly. All right, so let's give it a whirl. Here we go. I can't see. Taka taka. And let's put down our first spell there.
You got such an easy base. She got such an easy base, man.
See, he's gonna troll me no matter what, so I don't really care. Oh, look at
Like
me go.
you could win by just dropping 2 troops.
Yeah, I know. I
and
don't
you-
even need it. Okay, the second spell is called Second Wind. Basically, if you're lacking in health, this is going to revive you, especially once you fall under 25% health. They'll recover
and
health. I've
you-
already won, but
You've won without
yes,
even. Yeah.
without even using it. But here we go. And he says I was bad. Not true.
Everyone here who plays
And-
the game is laughing at you right now because they know
Hey.
how easy a base you just got served up.
It's not. I didn't choose the base. It's
Okay.
not like I was like this one.
All right, we're gonna have to go again.
Yeah, we're gonna go again to
Is
show you
this,
the third one because he needs
Is
to.
this
the
account in
stronghold.
arena? Maybe we can get you a real match.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. You want to go to the arena? Fine. We'll do it. I don't care.
Somebody's getting teased out. Let's see how hard this is.
Okay, here we go. Oh. Okay, let's do it.
Question: What do the Roman numerals mean? You will find out.
The Roman numerals.
Yes. That's all you.
Yes.
Coming
interesting.
soon. Coming soon.
Okay.
Oh, this is a better base for you.
Yeah, this is kind of terrifying. That's okay. It's all good. It's all good.
See, she doesn't even. Oh.
Yeah, chillax, Max. It's all right.
Any other good questions?
People did ask when we have plans to reintroduce ascension materials in the game for those who missed them in events. I think someone asked us a couple weeks ago. We're still
Yes.
working on it. We had a conversation about today. We know it's a problem we need
Literally
to solve.
about an hour ago.
Yeah, so we think we have come up with a method, so we're just gonna take some time to validate it, but it is something we're definitely actively trying to fix.
Yep. I mean to be a bit more concise, maybe so we don't get asked this every week. The earliest we would possibly see it is in a month, and that's the earliest. So we do have to work on it. So that's the plan. But in the meantime, we'll be running events and trying to introduce.
Oh no, I died right before I could use a spell.
We'll be trying to introduce more ascension materials as we go.
Okay, last time, and then you'll see the spell.
A few folks asked about when edit mode's coming out that has a remove all button, and at the earliest you'll see it next week.
Well, we don't really have a choice on that one, do we?
Yeah. So, if all things go as planned, you'll have it next week.
We're all very excited about edit mode.
Yep.
Indeedy.
Any. I love the commentary on how she's playing.
What's that?
You dropped your paladins before
Oh,
the cursed
shit.
tower fired.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. People always call me out for this too, for saying on stream.
Naughty words.
I know. I really am not paying attention. I just want to show you guys the cool bit. Okay, so here we go. So the last spell is called Wing Blast, and what it does It's really, really cool. You set it down, and it creates this whirlwind tornado, and it's got double the effect on walls, and it'll sort of try to weaken the path or clear the path for your troops, and it'll actually make its way to the stronghold, which is really cool.
Do you know what level your Swiftwing is right now?
30.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm gonna back out of this.
So 0 arena battles won.
Okay, if I like actually focused and did it properly,
Sure, whatever you
I
say.
could
buddy.
totally win. I could. No faith over here. No faith.
Nope.
Some folks asking for more troop types. Feel free to provide us some suggestions. Be curious what people have in terms of thoughts that'll make gameplay more fun. So yeah, feel free to put it in the chat if you have any thoughts on that.
Troops are definitely more difficult than Ancients because they have a 3D model, animation, sound effects. We have to create, all of their different levels through the blacksmith upgrading. There's a lot of artwork, so that's a lot of time-intensive work there. So we have some ideas to create some interesting things coming soon. But yeah.
Any plan for dodgy ascension?
Yes. So this upcoming month is really focused on one ancient. So we'll be trying to slip in some dodgy-esque stuff in there. We do want to get her ascension material out there. But how we do that and when, we want to make sure it doesn't really interrupt the flow of the events that we're planning. So we do have plans. How soon they will come, TBD. But we are, like we said, we're actively working on more consistent channels to get ascension materials out. So we have less of a concern about this in the future.
Speaking of ascension materials, should we run through them? Also, they really want to see you play.
Yeah.
So
No, I'm not
we're
gonna
have Andrew play.
I'm not gonna play now because watch, I'll do something bad. No, see, I'm on a good streak right now.
What?
I've
As
played
in no
I've
streak?
played plenty in the past.
You're on no streak.
It's because I talk smack about their favorite Deb. That's why.
Well, no, I think it's just because they want to see somebody good play the game.
Well, we're
Which
gonna
is
look
fair.
at the ascension.
Okay, we're gonna look at ascension materials. Then we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back and let Andrew do a battle.
Oh god, I've literally never played with this ancient, so alright, yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Okay. Sorry. So, some new ascension materials. We've seen these ones before.
Old.
However,
Alright, that's new.
this is new.
Mechanical pinion. So that's the allows you to upgrade Swiftwing to rare or epic.
Ooh.
Yes.
I like it. Malvo's missing trinkets.
This, I believe, is for Jalik, correct? Yes. So if you, when we do release Jalik, you'll get to read his backstory. He's a bit of a mischievous person. He's got a bit of a sleight of hand technique where he likes to take other people's stuff. That has nothing to do with the real Jay, which we base this ancient off of. No one's saying Jay likes to steal stuff. Maybe he does. But yes.
Just little things here and there. Kidding.
Yeah, so this would let you take Jalik to Rare or Epic as well. Artemis. So this is part of an upcoming chain of quests created by Alex, which they're pretty tough, but I think the result is actually pretty awesome. So we talked about this previously where we have, I'm completely blanking on her name all of a sudden. Kestra, sorry. I mean, I was thinking of the one Vicky cosplayed as and it wasn't coming to mind. I used to play Kestra when I was a newbie. So Kestra will have a bunch of quests introduced around her where you can unlock these evolution materials or ascension materials. And one of the cool things about Kestra is she's going to actually unlock a fourth skill. So the quests are tough. Like Alex is definitely the nicer of the group among many of us, like especially compared to me.
I'm nice.
Yeah, but okay, you're the stream person. You can be nice. It's fine. But if
Be
it
nice
was,
and
if it
the
was,
other things.
if it was between me and Alex making a decision, he's gonna usually make the nicer one. But he made these quite tough. But it's really cool because you unlock a fourth skill and you can get Kestra to legendary. And if you remember, there are a lot of there are some changes coming to Kestra. So she will be a very different ancient, especially when she's legendary. So it's really cool to see some of these ancients that you remember having back when you were Stronghold 2, and they're gonna come back later on and
Making a comeback.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep.
I just imagined like a movie where it was kind of like
Like a
What's
montage?
No, what's the one with all the old washed up action heroes? Expendables?
Expendables.
Yeah,
Expendables,
who made a
alright.
comeback.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I
Yeah.
had in my mind, like that walk with like a building blowing up in the background. But
So
it's like
we would
Kestra.
have like Nyrax, Solric, Kestra, Lyris all walking.
Exactly.
I mean, everyone was hating on Solric for ages, and then we did in November, we ran all the events around Solric, and everyone was like, wow, that spell which makes you immune to spell towers on Solric is actually awesome. And Alex buffed his Rain of Fire a bit, and then when he became legendary, so you can hopefully expect similar happiness from Kestra.
Red Cauldron.
Red Cauldron. Oh, this is for Leanne.
Leanne and She.
I think this is an homage to her third skill, which is also something about a red cauldron.
Not actually
Dealing
sure yet.
damage. Yes, so this will allow you to upgrade Liana Shi to Rare or Epic. I really like the artwork. We need to have a Glenn on one day to explain how he makes these. So he makes them in 3D models and then renders them and paints over them in Photoshop. And he's just so amazingly good at it. He makes them so fast from what we would expect, and they're just beautiful. So we should have Glenn on someday.
Glenn coming on the stream.
Yeah, there we go.
Glenn,
we'll
we're
just
gonna
say
have
it's happening, and then one day he'll just have to
Exactly.
show up.
Because if we say it here, then people are basically forced.
Yeah, pretty much. We'll just get like Simon and John to strong arm him.
I'm sure if we ask him nicely, he'll do it.
That too.
And last but not least,
That's not our forte usually. Usually we're better at manipulation and strong arming than we are at just asking nicely.
fair enough.
Oh, it's Vicky's. Oh, hers is cool.
Yeah.
But
Shadow
she's
Kid
got
dagger.
claws. Why does she need a dagger?
Because why not?
Now I'm a bit confused. Is she stabbing people or is she like clawing their eyes out?
Maybe a little bit of both.
Alright. Maybe she stabs you and if you don't die, then it's all claws.
Sure.
Alright. Or maybe just for fun she does the claws. Because that does seem like personality.
Maybe the claws is more like swipe to the face and dagger's more like to the heart.
Oh, finishing move.
Yeah.
Alright, finishing move.
Could be.
So the Shadow Kit Dagger will let you upgrade the Icky V Ancient to Rare or Epic.
Icky pee. The Cat King. See you later. Tuning out. Not tuning out. Leaving.
Alright, let's do all the good stuff now that he's gone.
And now.
That would be so terrible.
Okay, let's have you do one battle with Swiftwing, and then maybe we'll do one with Leannon because
Oh, I really don't know how to play
none of us know how to
Rhiannon.
play it, so it should be interesting.
Terrible.
And then we'll talk about this weekend's event and take some more of your questions. Whilst Andrew's playing, I will.
Can I just cheat
Have a
and
look
use a
for questions.
bloodthirst, or are they gonna call me out?
No.
They would totally call me
You
out.
should
on
go
that.
hard if I went medium.
There was no hard.
Oh,
Look, I go
whatever.
to see if there's a hard. Oh, look, there's no hard, just an easy. Though that is actually very difficult.
Yeah.
Oh, that's me!
Really?
That easy was my account on the. Oh no, we're on me.
Oh.
Never mind, that's someone
Get it
else.
together.
Alright.
Okay, so I'm gonna go scroll back
Have they
through.
considered introducing a monthly subscription model to the game where you pay X amount a month, you get an increased Battlestone region inventory from 5 to 20, reduced costs on offensive items, etc., etc. It's a good point. We've always kicked around the possibility of subscription and stuff like that. And actually quite a few people are supportive of it in this chat, so it is an interesting thing for us to maybe explore a bit more. Actually, someone on our team today kind of proposed a similar model, so maybe it is worth talking about for us.
See your feedback. Always listening to it.
Oh!
I
That
hope you
was-
lose
that
so
was-
bad.
that was
I
not
really
good.
do. Let's see. Orochimaru 8931 is asking if it's possible to have events on weekdays
mean to do
with
that.
lower targets.
See, I'm focusing now.
What's that? I didn't get to focus. Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Yeah.
See, I've already messed up.
See?
I totally dropped my soldiers
I
in
was
the
like,
wrong
well, if I
place when I was
focus,
trying
whatever,
to-
but I wasn't. I was chatting to you guys. I was just trying to show you the third
The
spell.
area of effect on these spells is very large.
Okay, you're not paying attention. So, events, weekdays, lower targets.
I think we
possible.
had a good sample of that with the Mithril Totalizer
True.
this week, which I think is a good model. We got a lot of positive feedbacks. Whenever you guys give us positive feedback, we try to
Build on it.
build on it. So that was really positive. I think there's some general questions on here about kingdom events and the frequency and things like that. Yeah, it's interesting for us. We always talking about how to sequence events. It's a really important part of the
I
game.
won.
Okay, he's
And,
talking.
Oh, that was really close though. Sorry.
Yeah, it's funny because we ran that survey recently that a lot of you responded to, and Kingdom events is always the number one event that comes up. I think Kingdom Totalizer is number 2. I think we'll share the result.
Number two was
Raids.
Raids,
Raids,
yeah.
So it's interesting. It's both the most popular event, but we know we can't run them too close together. They're very time consuming. So we are looking at that for sure. We got some feedback in the last couple of weeks that helped us further validate that. So we talked about that again today. Sounds like we talked about everything today.
What was the original question?
There's a few questions. It's about the some kingdom event frequency.
Yeah. Oh, the question was about running more midweek ones, right? And smaller ones.
Yeah,
But there's a lot of other kingdom
There's
ones.
another,
Yeah.
Both.
Can we have lesser kingdom events? That's interesting. So we're tossing around some ideas. One time in February, we're looking to run some unique events that should be quite different. The midweek events, we get a lot of this kind of back and forth feedback as well, like, oh, we want midweek events, and then some other players say, oh, there's just too many events in general.
Yeah.
So we worry that if we do a midweek event, then we're adding to there being too many events in general. So we are trying to scatter about some of those 24-hour Mithril events, which are fairly popular amongst the community, and we're trying to create some more variations of that. But a short kingdom event, I feel like it might be hard to organize around, but it might work. It's interesting. Yeah, we'll think about it.
See how the gears are working inside his head? You can literally see like the dust being blown away,
Yeah,
cobwebs moving on.
Yeah. I won my arena match, even though I messed up.
Because you were focusing really hard, and yeah, sure, maybe he knows how to deploy paladins, but Theseus is asking, does every
I
new
don't know if I can
ancient
beat
need an
this.
event? No. They don't.
No, the answer would be no. We prefer to do it through events because it's just a bit more fun, really. Because then you can kind of choose how engaged do you want to be. Do you want to push for the ancient and get them at superior? Do you want to push, participate a bit more and try and get them to rare or epic? Or are you one of those really hardcore players that wants to try and get them legendary? We kind of enjoy that more also because we get to weave a bit of a story around them over a couple of events and a bit more time. If we just add them into the game, sometimes it feels a bit lackluster. I don't know if I can beat this space, but I'll try.
I guess we're gonna see. Okay, so we've covered new ascension materials. Let's have a fight with Leannon when you're done with this, or just back out and do it now.
Oh God.
Because
Okay.
we still gotta cover the weekend
What-
event before we go. What's that?
This
Now, with all the new ancients, some of the info you see, it's always possible it could change because they're obviously still in development. So don't take all the stats and stuff to heart.
this is
because it could still get tinkered with.
her.
So now we're gonna see if Andrew's smack talk is worth it or not when he uses this ancient.
Oh, the ancient. That's a bit small. Let's talk to Alex about that. Oh man, this is not going well.
That's what I like to hear.
We try 7 p.m.
excuse me.
event kickoff time at least once.
This comes up with quite a few times,
we've answered this
Quite a few times.
But there might always be new people watching, so answer it again.
So the answer to that is basically because the 3 main regions that our game caters to is America. We usually tend to focus on West Coast, which is just an unfair generalization for our industry. Europe and China, and each of these regions is 1/3 of the way around the world, which basically means that no matter what time you start an event, someone is going to bed. So the reason that we prefer to start it at the time we do is because all of our developers are in the office and we are here, so we can make sure that anything that could possibly go wrong, we are here and we can fix it. So if we started an event too late, we would have people going home, and if we started an event very late, we would be asleep. And so if there was an incorrect setting or something happened to the servers or anything like that, we wouldn't be around to fix it. So that's the main reason that we choose the times we do. And yes, I lost. I think the radius on her second spell needs to be increased. I'll talk to Alex. We'll see what he says.
So, speaking of events, before, shall we talk about this weekend's event? But to do that, 1 second. Give me this. You're done with this now.
All right.
So yeah, this weekend's event. 1 second. Chat amongst yourselves. Grab some questions while I get this loaded up. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted. And yes, by the way, everybody on the YouTube, as I like to call it, we're about to chat about the event now. So 1 second.
I think that one's worth addressing. The one from Boyfriend.
My kingdom booted 12 long-term members because they weren't able to participate in kingdom events.
So this is something we've been talking about amongst ourselves as well, and we had some feedback that the events are forcing my kingdom to do this or that, and a lot of the time the kingdoms are more self-regulated. So if your kingdom has chosen that you will participate at a certain level, that's fine. No one's ever going to fault you for that. It's up to you. But imagine if we intervened in how you manage your kingdom, that would not be something you were happy with.
Sounds like a dictatorship.
Exactly. So it's like we've heard the feedback that some kingdoms are having people hop between kingdoms for events, or they're merging or hopping around and jumping around. And as a member of a kingdom or as a king of a kingdom, it's really your prerogative to do so. And we don't want to step in and tell you how to rule your kingdom or how to participate in your kingdom. We have heard the feedback, but in the end, we think that or at least I think the general consensus, and no one voiced too strongly opinion against me on it, was that it is self-regulation, that you guys really, it's up to you how you decide to play. So we don't want to tell you how.
We have an opt-out option for kingdom events. Now we need to kick out non-participants and recruit short time pusher, which is quite hard to organize.
An opt-out option for kingdom events. Yes, it's called you don't do the kingdom event. We've had this feedback before, and we don't really see the difference between having an opt-out button and just not doing it button. You can continue to play the game and receive prizes up the totalizer without becoming crazy aggressive about it. So if you want to elaborate on what you mean by an opt-out button, if it's something that we're not understanding that you're trying to communicate, but from our point of view, opt-out would mean I don't want to do the event, which means that even for the normal battles you participate, you wouldn't get like halfway up or any of the prizes at all. And to me, that just seems like, well, I'd rather settle for 70% of the prizes and be more relaxed this weekend and just have a decision amongst the kingdom. Usually my kingdom makes kind of like we talk about it a bit and we kind of decide, are we going for this one? Are we not going for this one? And then that's how we decide. So yeah, if you want to elaborate on the opt-out, we'll try and catch the chat.
Kind of related, our Kizzy5 is asking to address the issue of kingdoms kicking members. Why don't you give us a bench to put long-term players on? Isn't that, I don't know, kind of like the outcast?
So the bench is the oh my gosh, recruit? Is it recruits? Can you go to your kingdom? You don't have it. Yeah, so squires. So the bench should be the squires. I guess for events, the squire doesn't really fulfill that purpose because you would want maximum members in your kingdom earning event currency. That has more to do with the fact that, so that issue there is like, if the maximum members you can have in a kingdom is 50, but the average is down by 30, we have to balance the event so that the 50-member kingdoms don't defeat it without even thinking, and the 30-member kingdoms still have a chance to defeat it. So it's less about having, like, even if we did put a bench, we'd still have to balance the amount of points you have to earn to try and hit as many people as possible. It's very difficult. So, yeah. Yeah. Do you get that? You look confused. So I imagine if you look confused, they're probably confused.
I was reading this. Well, they meant bench, like sitting on the bench.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
like,
okay, sorry.
so if you benched players, they wouldn't be earning event currency. You want to bring players into their spot. So that would probably mean that you'd have kingdoms which had like 75 members and 25 of them are benched, and that's actually kind of weird. We'd see like a weird consolidation of kingdoms. Yeah, I'm not sure how that would work. That would be an odd mechanic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kara Style is asking, are you guys planning an RK get-together in London for players to meet you all? That's a great idea. I love that. We've had different player meetups. We've had one in San Francisco. We've had one in Germany. We've actually had one in London before as well. But we love doing that stuff because we love meeting you guys in person. So that's definitely something to consider. If there are a bunch of you guys in London, then why not? Yeah. Even if it's like, hey, we're all going to go down to the pub, come meet us or something. Totally up for that. So, good suggestion. We'll keep you posted. So, this weekend's event. Let's check that out.
All right. She's handing it to me, so I guess it's my turn now.
He's the events guy, you know?
So this weekend's event is Worm's Gambit. We know everyone loves the dragons. I like the dragons too. So we decided to do an event around the dragons, and we felt that the legendary Dragon Heart trial had been out long enough that we wanted to offer another opportunity to receive one. So essentially, as of right now, you could only have 2 legendary dragons. You could have Malice, or you could have completed the legendary trial and ascended another one to legendary. So after this event, some lucky people will have 3. Some people might unlock their first legendary. But yes, so the goal, the main attraction, of course, will be the there we go, the ancient dragon heart. We've also mixed in some of our statue chests because we don't have a specifically new gold statue to release with this event, so we are continuing with our trend. We like the statue chest because it gives you a chance to win any statue that I might have missed or to continue to level up existing statues. And along the totalizer, we will have some mithril, of course, to keep everyone progressing along their nice mithril upgrades. Along that note, there will be additional ways to get mithril coming up soon. Wink, wink. Because we are throwing in all the dragons, I know there's some. We get this complaint almost every day, or this feedback, I should say, every day, that the prizes in the totalizer are not attractive enough. And we see your point of view, and I want to give feedback that the real point of the totalizer is there's clear objectives within the totalizer, and some of the prizes are geared towards lower end players, some of the prizes are geared towards higher end players. Some of them are always useful, like I don't scoff when I get some Primus. Especially for the player who was discussing earlier about leveling up their ancient, they'll probably like some Primus. But I specifically like this because, well, I did it because it's about all 5 dragons, all 5 elements. So it felt really good to have all 5 Primus in there. Yeah, and of course, like any good event, there is a buff on the ancients. You can receive additional event currency, and the ancients are the dragons. And the nice thing about this is that everyone has a good opportunity to receive 4 Veil, so everyone can participate in this event. So we really don't want to exclude anyone from being able to participate, so we did make sure that every single dragon gets a bonus. Yeah, so there will be, you can progress up the tiers to win individual prizes, and the Dragon Heart will be distributed through the leaderboard. So if you really want a legendary dragon, you should start communicating to your kingdom. Organize. Usually we try to announce these earlier, so you can do that. If you have feedback, let us know. But yeah, legendary dragons.
Cool.
I want one.
I like the whole, hearts of dragons past or whatever.
My story. Oh, it's not up on this one.
No.
Oh, we don't have the story up on this.
No.
Anyways, if you log into the real servers, you can see the text.
The
of this.
story, the backstory behind
Yes.
the event, which is quite cool actually. And there was much debate about the word past and past.
Look, it was just like a weird little quirk of English. They both
Yeah.
worked.
Yeah. Is it, the heart of Dragon's Past as in passed away, or of Dragon's Past as in from the past? So, which one did you end up going with?
PAST.
Past.
So, I mean, we figured, well, this was your logic, because I asked you for this. Maybe I should have asked someone else.
Okay.
But her logic was, if they're in the past, that you can kind of assume they're dead. Wow. So
Well, yeah.
we didn't need to say it. If you read it, you can kind of see where I had a choice between PAST or PASSED, but it's just
I
being
do see the
nitpicky.
hard choice, but I think it made more sense.
I think I was just enjoying the fact that we were in that situation where we could use two words and get
Sure.
the same meaning.
I need feedback on this. Oh my god.
I literally told her, I was like, look, stop everything you're doing. I have an important question. And then she was talking about some nonsense. And
Okay. They wanted to see the rest of the rewards.
So remember, this is kingdoms. So when we're looking at the different tiers, it is by kingdom. So it's quite a few kingdoms.
Fair enough. Hey, Calyptic, by the way, thanks for tuning in. And Calyptic says, I feel like this game is getting better. Congrats.
Thanks.
Thanks,
We
man.
try.
We do try, it's true. Try really hard. So these guys are here late so often. And also why I get to have them on the stream, because they're here anyway. And I'm like, come here.
Yeah, that's why.
But also they like hanging with you guys. Probably more than me. Sigh. The reading of the names. High tech redneck. Got it. My ex is in my past. But they're not dead. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's a tough one. I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah, it's we had some fun discussing it.
Yeah.
It tickled me.
Okay. Erong is asking, does that mean only a few 120 will get to ascend another dragon to legendary?
For this event, yes. So since the Ancient Dragon Heart was available previously only in the trial, we wanted to introduce it here, and then you can expect to see it in other venues in the future. But remember, these are kingdoms, so we're talking thousands of people as well. So I know the numbers seem quite small, but if you multiply it by 40 to 50 people each, we're talking thousands and thousands of people are going to be receiving this item.
Well, IQ50 says because not everyone should get a legendary. You must work for it.
I like that guy. That guy.
Or girl.
Or girl, fair enough. That person.
Biochemicals ask, Andrew, can I join your kingdom for the event?
No, see, they're trying to find out what kingdom I'm in. So they're trying to be sneaky about it. No, you can't.
Cliptic is asking, if you could in your rival kingdom's village for one day, what would you do first? Live, probably. If you could live in... Oh, that's such a good question.
If I could live in
Oh my
No, this
God.
is so easy to answer. If I could
He's
live in
thought
my
about
rival kingdom's village for one day, I would find the person who's whistling and I would slap them. Because if you've never heard
Isn't that
playing
the-
rival kingdoms,
Isn't that the birds?
no, there's a worker that walks around going. And every
Look how
now
red
and then,
he's getting.
every now and then, one of us will have rival kingdoms running, and we won't have the music on, but we'll have sound effects, and you'll hear.
You're a good
And
whistler.
I'm like, oh. That's what I would do. What would you do, Deb?
Oh gosh, okay. Oh god, I would go hang out with my dragon and like try to get a ride on the dragon. My favorite thing in the game, which has nothing to do with gameplay whatsoever, is when you edit your base and the dragon flies away. And then when you're done, it's like rah, and it comes back.
You know when you change.
Or if you change your dragons,
they-
like one flies away, another one comes. So I
Yeah.
would go chill with the dragons. That's what I would do. Tony?
What favorite thing to do in the kingdom?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you were living in the kingdom, what would you do?
I'd go for a swim in the gold stores like Scrooge McDuck and DuckTales,
Yeah?
Yeah. It's good.
That always looked like so much fun, whereas in reality it probably would hurt so
Yeah.
much
Yeah,
if you jumped into that.
it's even when as a kid, I saw that and I went, mm-mm.
No, as a
Broken neck.
kid, I feel like that was like every kid's dream to be like, man, that looks cool. I want to jump in there and swim in the gold medallion, like gold pieces or
It'd
whatever.
be all hard, and gold is super heavy
I
and
know,
dense,
but it
and you
looks
just
like
be
so
like,
much fun. Anyways,
fair enough, you can do it.
yeah.
I could see him just like lounging on top of a pile of gold. He has one of those sun reflectors in front of him. Oh, yes. Yes.
Get that good tan. Thanks for that question, Galactic. That was awesome.
That was a really good question. We enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was really good. So a few people were asking if we could just go through Lianen's spells, because I think we kind of breezed over that.
I don't know.
And-
I don't think we actually talked about them.
No, we didn't talk about them at all. We just sort of used. Andrew lost a battle with her, and then we moved on.
So
But yeah,
it's
let's
my
just go through
fault.
the spells quickly, and then we'll wrap up.
That's
If
fine.
that's if Andrew can find it. She's a nature ancient.
Yeah, I know that, but I might have found a bug.
Oh yeah? How come?
'Cause she's not there.
She's not. Oh, it's the wrong build.
See,
Yes. Okay. In the
See.
meantime, field some of those questions. Will ya?
we have to.
Just gotta switch
Technical.
schmickies.
Is there a possibility to add additional features into the village environment? I saw a doorway just above the waterfall. What's inside?
Oh my gosh.
No idea.
So a doorway just. Oh, this is the little path that walks off to the left.
Yeah, it'd be nice to do a little quest there
Um,
sometime.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
These are. Huh?
We actually did. We actually developed something.
Ooh, what's in there?
No, it was just like
Way back
jam
in-
idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love these questions. These are so good.
So if you remember, oh man, what was it? I think 3 updates ago, we updated the camp, the area around your base. I think it was during Halloween. It might have been during Halloween. I'm trying to remember. This feels like ages ago. We do so much stuff, and there used to be this little walkway up to the right where there was kind of an amphitheater type structure, and then to the left you can go into the waterfall, and there's the bridge at the bottom right. And Glenn, one of our very talented 3D artists, who we were praising earlier for his awesome Ascension materials, he thought that it could all be better. And then we released some updates, and we improved the effects. And I always wanted to put something up in the little amphitheater area, like maybe like a trader or a crafter or something. Maybe have the other dragon sitting there, and then Glenn filled it with rubble. So now we can't put anything there. No, it looked really good, of course, but stuff behind the waterfall, we try to focus on your actual city, what's within that square. Because imagine if we stuck something,
about to say.
if we put something in the waterfall, and then like you're playing for like a year, and then one day someone says, "Hey, why don't you have this?" And you're like, "What?" And they're like, "Just scroll all the way to the left," and you're like, "Why would I
Why
ever
would
do
put
that?
that there?
Why is that there?" So that's probably the main
man.
reason there aren't things spread around you. It's more for your own personal enjoyment to look around, explore, create the atmosphere for the game. But it might be hard to discover for new players and old players alike. So
True. Hi, biochemicals. How's it going?
A lot of
That's
questions
a
about
smize that Andrew was just doing, by the way.
oh what?
A smize. It's when you smile with your eyes. Sorry, Tony.
No, lots of questions. I think we get this one often. When will Malice be available again?
Why do you? I told you earlier how
Okay.
much I dislike this question. You and Dev alike. This is hey, Leanne and she. What a coincidence! You have her on the screen
Yes,
now.
I do have Leanna on the screen. Let's
Yeah.
go through her things real quick. And whilst we do, when will Malice be available again?
So this first skill is called Muse.
Malice, we don't know yet, is the answer. We don't know when Malice will be available again yet. But we do know that you guys love her, and she will come around again, but when and how and where, we don't know yet.
So Malice provides a couple tricky problems for us. The first is that we ran her as an event, and we don't want to devalue everyone's effort in earning her in the event. She's also legendary by default, and we want to make sure that legendary means something. That legendary isn't just everyone has 20 legendary ancients, because once that happens, it's not legendary. It's just another level of an ancient. But we do want players to have legendary ancients because the higher level of gameplay, it's actually necessary, or it's designed to be necessary. So there should always be a way of getting a legendary agent. That's one of the reasons Alex put in all these nice quests for legendary Kestra. But yeah, so Malice is like a very unique situation because she is our first legendary ancient, and how we fit her into the game appropriately is difficult. So like we mentioned earlier, similar to the other Ascension materials, how we get Malice into the game for long term is something we are looking into, and we are actively working on a solution.
By the way, some people are agreeing with you about the Whistler. They're like, oh my god, that Whistler! And then some other people are like, ha, he's happy, he's cheerful. And the workers are more cheerful than in Clash.
So, Lian Shi.
Yeah, go through her skills.
Her first skill is Muse. Affected troops recover. So remember, these values
Stats
change.
yeah.
Yes. 50 to 51 health and deal 35% increased damage for 7 seconds. However, when the effect ends, the troops suffer 20% of their maximum health as damage. Her second skill is Whitethorn, which creates a protective area for 10.14 seconds, where troops inside take 50% reduced damage, receive double healing from all sources, and are immune to parting damage and Muse. So the combo here really is to go Whitethorn or Region, and then cast Muse on these troops. So they're receiving lots of healing from your paladins. They receive double healing from Muse right off the bat. It's a pretty good combination. And the final is Red Cauldron, which is the same as their evolution material.
Yeah, the Ascension material.
Sorry, Ascension material. So we might actually have to change the name so that doesn't get confusing. I like it. Red Cauldron is a cool name. Curses targeted buildings, causing them to take 363 to 370 damage over 6 seconds, while healing troops and dragons for 25% of their damage dealt. Now, this is similar to a skill that Brander has, similar to something that Zilla used to do, but if you sweep your dragon over it, they will recover quite a bit of health, so that's always a nice little trick to use.
Okay.
Yep, that's Liana Shia.
And that was Lianon. I was looking at Calyptic's comment. It was funny.
Why didn't you just read out loud?
Well, because I don't know if it's appropriate, but it is funny, Calyptic. By the way, Bax, hello. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you so much for your feedback last week. It was super appreciated and very helpful.
Someone asked a question earlier. I thought it was pretty interesting. They asked if you could eventually apply Mithril to troops in some way, so troop portals, I suppose. I thought that was a pretty interesting suggestion down the road. Yeah, I think people are enjoying the gameplay and meta game around defense. And Mithrils, there's a lot of ways, and there'll be more ways to get Mithril, so in the future might be something to explore. Good suggestion.
Okay. Well, I think we are going to. Stephen is behind the camera, and now he's going like this, even though this is not affecting him in any way. He's like,
he doesn't even have to be here.
No,
and he's like, we're over time, guys.
He mostly just sits there trolling us.
I know. He's just.
That's about it.
What? I don't know.
We don't know. Nick is over there as well. He's like eyeing the equipment. I'm not really sure what's going on. Just several eyes on us for some reason.
Less than last week, though.
Yeah, less than last week. That's true. But anyways, thanks to everybody for tuning in this week. Next week, by the way, is, I don't know if you remember, but we're gonna do a bunch of stuff on Chinese New Year next week. There's a bunch of stuff in the game, and we're pretty excited about it. So we're gonna look at all that next week. So make sure you tune in for that, because we're stoked. We hope we're stoked too. Thanks to Tony, and ow, did you hear that?
My pleasure.
Because I'm so old,
I wonder if the mic was
cracked.
good enough to get that crack as her arm.
I don't
swung
know.
around.
Oh no, I'm gonna use Andrew's walking cast thing on my arm. Doesn't make any sense. Anyways, yeah, thanks to Andrew as well.
Trying too hard. You're just trying too hard.
Ugh. Most importantly, thanks to you guys for tuning in.
Now the guys who were trolling us are both riding around scooters.
Yeah, I know. I wish you could see this.
It's like, first they were staring at us going, and now they're just like scooting in
now
circles.
they're just rolling around on scooters. Hold on, I'm just gonna turn the camera so you guys can see them.
Quick, before they escape.
Hold on. Oh no! Oh, lame. You guys suck. Okay.
might have got the tail end of that.
Do you think so? I'm not sure.
They said rip to Deb's arm. Yep.
Oh.
Might as well just cut it off.
Anyways, okay. Oh yeah, I did get the I saw it on the replay.
We just saw the delay. Good
Got the
stuff.
tail and a Nick going.
Sucker.
That's good. Okay, well, yeah, like I said, thanks so much to you guys for tuning in. We'll be back next week with Chinese New Year and answering your questions and probably some other stuff. So we shall see you then.
Yeah. 谢谢.
What?
谢谢.
Ah, okay, I don't.
恭喜发财.
Okay.
We're just getting ready for
Getting
Chinese New
festive
Year.
here,
Come on.
yeah.
I'm the one who doesn't speak any. So sorry. When there's like German New Year, I'll pipe it.
So Oktoberfest.
Yeah, exactly. Oktoberfest, I'll be here with my dirndl and my.
I already own
Sausages and
lederhosen,
everything.
man. I already own a pair of lederhosen. Let's do it.
Mark our words, next year, October, we're here, ready to roll. Okay, thanks guys. We will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.